This is why I want to take a closer look at this circumstance. You mentioned this one clue regarding a new suspicious subject earlier. I'm not sure if I agree 100% with your theory. From what I would expect, Kira would take a different approach, because if we look at the pattern in his behavior, we would see...
Yes?
Ryuzaki, you're not even listening.
I wouldn't phrase it like that. Rather, I'm currently working on an important document, and therefore my ability to pay attention to you is slightly restricted.
Why don't you just admit it instead of trying to bend things to suit yourself? But fine, if it's true what you're saying, then please show me what you're working on. As your most trusted task force member, I have a right to be aware of that.
Hey, don't look. I'm not able to share the information in this report with you, I'm afraid. This is highly confidential.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Do you know what I don't understand? You insisted on me working with you and almost begged me to join your task force. Just a few days ago, our wrists were still chained together. We shared everything. And now you are telling me that there are indicators about this case that you can't reveal to me. This disproportionality makes no sense at all.
I can fully understand your displeasure. As always, your arguments are coherent. Sooner or later, you'll understand why I can't share these notes with you.
But when is the right time if not now? Right now we have the upper hand in the case. We can't afford to let that slip away.
Your perseverance never fails to impress and captivate me, Light.
Oh, that almost sounds like I've convinced you a little more to let me see what you've been working on.
Maybe. But maybe I was just flirting with you. Who knows?
Oh. Maybe we could take a break and... Wait, where are you going?
I need to give someone a call.
Hey, Rizaki, you can't just walk away like that.
Evidently, I can. Oh, Light. Good evening.
Ryuzaki, where have you been?
I had to attend to a few very crucial and time-critical matters.
And that took you, let me see. 2 hours. Listen, I thought we wanted to take this case seriously.
We do, which is why I hurried. I'm sure you found plenty of excellent details in the research you were planning to do, right? Let me see.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to look at your screen, but you're glued to mine. That's quite unfair if you'd ask me.
You're so stubborn. It's just for this one time. You might understand the reasons behind my behavior very soon. So, what are your findings?
I'm not sure if I should believe you yet, but I suppose I don't have a choice. So, I've taken a closer look at the subject. The recordings, the gathered facts, everything. At first glance, he seemed like a solid suspect. The evidence lined up just enough to keep him in the spotlight. But the more I dug, the more something felt off. He doesn't fit the profile. His alibi checks out in ways that are almost too convenient. His reactions, his statements, they all feel rehearsed, like he knew exactly what we wanted to hear. And that's the problem. It's almost as if he was meant to be found. As if someone carefully placed him in our path, knowing we'd take the bait. So, now I'm wondering, what if the real culprit wanted us to focus on him? What if this whole thing was just a well-orchestrated distraction? I don't have the full picture yet, but one thing's for sure. Someone wanted us to chase this lead even further, but I saw right through it.
Yes. I see.
Is that all you have to say?
Yes, because you're absolutely right. What does that look on your face mean, Light?
Do you care to explain what you mean by that, or do I have to pry it out of you? Why are you grinning like this?
I know you're right because I concocted the whole supposed sequence of events.
You have to be kidding me.
No, I wouldn't describe it that way. I simply sought to divert your attention momentarily so that I could focus on something else.
Which might be?
Oh, this can only be him, punctual as always. Hello?
Good evening, Ryuzaki. I'm calling to inform you that I am available.
That sounds excellent. We've just finished everything on our end.
I severely doubt that.
Perfect. I'll be waiting by the car.
We'll meet you in the underground parking lot.
Very well. I'll see you shortly.
Come with me, Light. We have to get going.
Get going where? It's already quite late.
To the date I've arranged for us. Please refer to the calendar. Happy Valentine's Day.
Wait, let me get this straight. You deliberately planted a false lead in this case, carefully staged the evidence, and kept me occupied, just so you could slip away and secretly plan a date for us.
Yes, that's an accurate summary. Now dare to claim once more that I lack a sense of romance. However, fortunately, I was able to secure someone to portray the suspect without delay. Otherwise, the entire plan would have risked falling apart due to timing constraints.
You're unbelievable.
You're saying this every year, and with each one passing I find it a little more endearing. And every time your cheeks blush a little more, Light.
That's not true.
Let me quote you from a few hours ago. Why don't you just admit it instead of trying to bend things to suit yourself?
I don't
We
think...
better go. I don't want us to be late.
Yes. All right?
Good. This way, please.
So, you really did all the organization by yourself, you said?
Yes, that's right. I've come across the notion that organizing an activity for someone who is dear to you can really add a personal touch to the experience. It's supposed to make the moment more meaningful. I must admit, it took considerable effort to arrange everything just right, but I believe it will be worth it.
When you say it like that, I almost can't be angry with you anymore.
See, I knew it.
Though, I actually would have liked to change my clothes before we go, regardless of our destination.
Oh, don't worry. You won't need your clothes later anyway, I suppose. But your suit is in the car for the time beforehand.
Rizaki, what are you talking about?
That I remember to pack your suit.
I mean, before that.
I believe my words left little to no room for interpretation, so I trust you understand what I was conveying. I know that face expression of yours. You always look at me like that when you know I'm...
Just zip it already.